You're probably sitting at your desk wondering if there's a single piece of tech that can replace a conference room TV, a whiteboard, and a set of speakers without turning your budget into a black hole. You want something that just works, that you won't have to keep troubleshooting, and that actually adds value to the day-to-day flow of meetings, lessons, or even family movie night. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The biggest fear most of us have when we're looking at a 55-inch 4K touchscreen is that we'll end up with a gorgeous screen that's a pain to connect to laptops, tablets, or the occasional gaming console, or that the built-in audio will feel like an afterthought. That hesitation is real, and it's exactly why I spent a few weeks diving into user forums, watching how schools and small businesses set these things up, and testing a few similar units in a co-working space before I hit record. Let's talk about the Samsung Pro 55-inch interactive display and why it feels different from the usual big screen with a touch overlay you might have seen before. First off, this isn't just a monitor you mount on the wall and hope the Wi-Fi works. Samsung has baked in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth right into the panel, so you can pair a laptop, a tablet, or even a wireless microphone without hunting for dongles. The universal pairing claim isn't marketing fluff, it actually means the device shows up in the Bluetooth list with a generic name and connects without needing a driver install. In a real office, that translates to a sales rep walking in with a laptop, tapping connect on the screen, and instantly sharing a 4K slide deck without IT stepping in. In a classroom, a teacher can bring a tablet, open the lesson app, and the screen mirrors instantly, letting students see the content right away. The 4K touchscreen is the headline, but what matters day to day is how the touch feels when you're actually using it. The surface is matte, so fingerprints don't turn the whole board into a glossy mess after a few hours of brainstorming. Multi-touch works reliably up to 10 points, which means you can have a small group of people drawing on a diagram together without the system getting confused. I saw a design team sketch a product flow, each person using 2 fingers to drag and drop components, and the latency was barely noticeable, a crucial factor if you're trying to keep the creative momentum going. Now, the built-in speakers. Most interactive displays treat audio as an afterthought, offering tinny mono sound that forces you to buy a separate soundbar. Samsung's Pro series includes a pair of 5-watt speakers tuned for speech clarity rather than booming bass. In a conference call, voices come through clear enough that you don't have to raise the volume to fight background noise. For a quick video break or a corporate training clip, the sound is adequate, though you'll still notice a lack of depth if you're expecting a home theater experience. That's not a deal-breaker for most business or education scenarios, but if your primary use is streaming movies in a living room, you might want to add external speakers. One of the hidden trade-offs is the need for a solid mounting solution. The screen is 55 inches and weighs close to 70 pounds, so a thin, decorative wall mount can look great but may struggle to support the weight over time. Samsung recommends a sturdy, VESA-compatible mount that can also handle the extra torque when you push on the touchscreen. In my test setup, a commercial-grade mount kept the screen perfectly level even when people leaned against the lower edge during a group activity. If you're planning to place it on a rolling cart for flexibility, make sure the cart space is rated for the load, otherwise you risk wobble that can affect both touch accuracy and speaker performance. Who should consider buying this? Small to medium-sized businesses that need a single device for presentations, video conferencing, and occasional collaborative brainstorming will get a lot of mileage. Schools that want to replace a whiteboard and a projector with something that lets students interact directly will also find the Pro display a solid fit. The fact that it runs Samsung's SmartView Plus software means you have access to a suite of educational and business apps without having to install extra OS layers. If you already have an ecosystem built around Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or Google Workspace, the built-in integration makes joining a call as simple as tapping an icon. On the flip side, if you're a home user whose primary goal is high-end gaming or watching blockbuster movies with cinematic sound, this isn't the best match. The speakers are functional but not immersive, and the display doesn't support higher refresh rate gaming modes that competitive gamers look for. Also, the price point sits higher than a regular 4K TV of comparable size because you're paying for the touchscreen and the connectivity stack. If you only need a screen for streaming Netflix and don't need touch or collaborative features, a conventional smart TV will give you more bang.